welcome to Realtor Reputation. I'm Ava Lopez.
And I'm Shannon Howard-Fasordi. I feel like we're totally just like out of the loop.
Yeah, we haven't done this in a while. Welcome back.
Oh my gosh. Well, we usually, we take the summers off for good reason.
Yeah.
And we are just kind of shooting a few episodes here and there, but because we have been running, or I have, as my daughter says, I've been in the trees.
In the trees?
She's like, well, the whole month of June, we were almost gone. And Abby's like, oh my God, Mom, I feel like we've been in the trees.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Like we are like cave people or like climbing mountains or I don't know.
But you were camping.
We were in a glamping. We were glamping.
Glamping.
Glampers. Yeah. So it's not like she was like backpacking on the mountains with her dried food.
Hanging in the countryside.
Yeah.
No, summer has been great. We've taken some time off, obviously. I actually got busy with work. Like the spring selling season turned into the summer selling season. And then it was like, bam, hit me. Like everybody wanted to list their house all at the same time. And I'm like,
that's what happened to me too, right? When I went on vacation.
Yeah.
But mine was like the last year's season is finally gone into this year's season. So I had three listings and closings all at one time. So right when I hit vacation and I'm in the trees, like trying to get cell phone reception. So
I went on a cruise and then I didn't think I was going to have internet. It was actually really nice to just like decompress and do nothing.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back and we are going to give you an update on the market, which has been very interesting.
Extremely interesting. It's just, which we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll save that for a minute.
Yeah.
But let's start with getting into just our mom moments. What's happening in life and with our children and other stuff.
Well, first of all, do you feel like, I think like this year school starts like a week earlier? I don't know, like my kids start the first week of August.
What?
Like the 8th or the 9th.
No, I think my kids start like the 14th.
Yeah, no.
Or 13th.
They start like the 10th or something, like crazy.
Lame.
So I feel like we're losing like a whole week of summer. Usually we do like one more trip, but we're losing that. So that's been a lot to kind of take in. So we're already back to school shopping. We're, ordering books because for Abby's school, you have to order books and all that stuff. And I feel they're already starting like their, sports practices. Yes. So I'm already in the state of overwhelm.
Callan has been practicing football all summer long.
Yeah.
He took no breaks.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. It's extremely crazy.
Yeah. So that's like kind of it. Mom moments. I feel like there's been so many. What are your mom moments? Do you have like a standout?
No, I mean, I'm just living life with my teenagers right now.
You're living the teenage dream.
That's right.
I went to see Anne Juliet. So that was like one of the songs. Abby and I went to see that.
I love
last weekend. So I feel like that's like the one that they do all these like fun. She's like, Mom, it's so millennial. Like, I don't know.
I
just
love it.
Call me a boomer.
Are you kidding me? That's hilarious.
Oh, she's just like, they're just so judgy.
I'm a millennial. I don't
know. I'm a Gen X.
Okay.
I think you're Gen X.
I know.
Or maybe a millennial. You might be a millennial.
I think I'm like...
Do you wear skinny jeans?
I sure did.
Then you probably are a millennial.
Yeah. Okay, so what's happening with my kids? My kids are super into concerts right now. So it has been hitting probably like every concert scene that we can. We went to the Weekend recently. I mean, of course, we did the festivals. We took them to Country Summer. We did Bottle Rock. We've done all of those sorts of things. But every time a new concert comes on, like my kids are like, oh, we should go. So now I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot, but it's fun.
Because you get to go with them.
They want to hang out with us, which we will buy 6 tickets because then they can bring a friend if they want to bring a friend. And we're just living our best life. Bae is going to Outside Lands. I have no desire to go to Outside Lands.
Yeah,
I would going on the day that I don't want to go.
Is it Gracie Abrams Day?
Yes.
Saturday?
Yeah. And I would prefer to go to Sunday, which is fine. Keith and I are just going to have a date day in San Francisco. So
that's fun.
Yeah. It's a very long day.
It's a very long. I went to Outside Lands many years ago, but I haven't been in a while. But Abby really wanted to go. Yeah. But we, I took Abby to the play, and then Mark took Safi to the Descendants zombie Disney play.
That's fun.
In San Jose last weekend, and he got front row tickets, which was like a really big deal. So now every time we turn on the Disney YouTube like videos because they had a film crew there. She's in the front row.
Oh my gosh!
And you see her puffy hair and she's dancing.
Oh my God, I love it.
She's like on the Disney Channel now, which is really cute.
That's the cutest.
And then I told Mark, I said, it's my birthday in August and I want to go to a concert. So he surprised me and we're going to Lady Gaga tonight.
Love that.
So I have to like, I mean, I don't know.
Wait, are you gonna wear like a meat suit? Oh my God,
It was so funny. So yesterday I'm like, I need to plan my outfit. I had a charcuterie thing from Costco and I like sent him a picture. I'm like, I'm building my dress right now. We could have a snack in case you get
prosciutto all over your body.
I don't know what to wear, so I have to go.
I feel like
we gotta him dress me.
Do you have like leather pants?
I think
If not, I have a pair. Come to my house.
Okay, I have a leather skirt, but
great. Wear a leather skirt with like chains.
okay,
Something like
because
that.
I just have those.
I mean, doesn't everybody have
Yes,
that? I mean, like I feel like you have to be like
chains
over the top.
Yeah, I know.
So
So
Nordstrom's right.
that's right. No, yeah,
Just grab a bunch of like I'm gonna get thick chains, like fun
So
stuff.
then Mark was like, "Do I have to dress up?" And I'm like, "Well, I got you some leather shorts." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm just kidding." It came to my husband. It was really funny.
He's like, no, not happening.
Yeah.
Oh my
Got
God,
you some leather shorts.
oh my God, just wear your leather skirt. That's cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah,
Super cute. But I want to go over there. I'm gonna see
with maybe like a red top or something like that.
I did buy like a Lady Gaga t-shirt that I was gonna maybe cut.
Oh, cute.
But I don't know.
Yeah, do that.
I also have sequin. Like I was gonna do like because they said like I was reading all these different things.
Yeah.
It's just many different looks.
Because now when you go to a concert, like it's crazy the theme of outfits.
Oh,
like
like,
when we
no,
went to the weekend,
Everybody, the weekend has a theme too.
well, I don't know, everybody was wearing like these, not me, I'll say that, but these like burgundy, what's it called when it's like corset style tops with like black leather skirts. Like I want to say there was probably half the girls in that
like
stadium.
what the dancers wear?
I don't know. It's the whole like EXO colors or something like that. I don't.
I looked up all of Lady Gaga's styles, so I was thinking like I could just do the bow in my hair. Yeah, I'm kidding. Like,
could you? No, please don't do that.
I feel like I was like gonna go to like Mac and be like, could you do like the big eye?
I don't know. I'm trying to embrace this summer. I think that's my biggest thing while I've been kind of MIA because yes, I've got work, but anytime I don't have work, I've been just trying to hang out with my kids because Bea's going to be a senior this year.
I can't believe she's going to be
Talon will be a junior. So it's just I'm trying to like I feel like this is the last summer of like us really being together. I mean, don't get me wrong, next summer she'll still be home before she goes off to college, but we're like we're in that realm of like trying to figure out where she's going to go and all of that sort of
thing. Yeah, you're doing college tours. We're doing our first college tour on Monday. We're going to Abby's aunts are taking us to one of them's an alum from Santa Clara, so we're going to do a tour.
Nice.
So excited.
Nice.
But as a I'm starting to think about it.
Oh yeah. And I'm a slacker because we haven't actually toured anything. She knows kind of where she wants to go and I was like, get the deadlines of like when you have to have your applications in and whatnot. But I don't know. It's
a whole process.
But she's already starting like her senior summer activities. So she's already painted because she's in leadership. So she's already painted the stage because they repaint the stage every year. So she came home covered in paint. And then they have to pick their parking spots.
And I give her something. Do they paint theirs?
So she's going to paint her. She already has like her layout of how it's going to be. And so Keith and I will go help her. And then she was painting jeans last night at a friend's house where it's like, it says senior down the side. It's like 2020 days. So they wear them to like rallies and that sort of thing. So I was like, oh,
that's so fun.
Like it's exciting, but it makes me sad. So that's my mom. So if you see me this next year crying,
or they have a tissue box there.
It's like I'm trying to embrace and enjoy all of it, but then it hits me and I'm like, we're almost empty nesters, which that actually gets me excited. But
yeah, that's a lot though.
Keith and I are already planning all of our trips around my kids' leave.
He's like, wait, aren't you taking us?
He's like, do you want to go to Bora Bora next year? I was like, heck yeah. And he's like, no, we'll just wait till the kids are out of the house. We'll wait till 2 summers. And I was like, okay, cool. And he's like, do you want to go to Greece? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's
perfect. The kids are almost gone. We'll have all those the boats loads of money.
Yeah. Well, no, you have to pay for college.
I know.
Yeah.
I guess I have to wait for that. But feeding a teenage boy
and his friends.
Yeah, that's going to save me probably like
Yeah.
$2,000 a month.
That's a lot.
Dude, Costco like every week.
Yeah.
We took Kellen for a well check the other day. And I was like, you're going to have to lose some weight for wrestling because he's gained like a bunch. And the doctor's like, well, does he lose in a healthy way? And I was like, well, he eats 3 pieces of pizza instead of 6 pieces of pizza.
Yeah.
That's his way of dieting. And she's like, are you kidding me? I was like, yeah.
It's not like us.
large pizza just for Cal.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So anyway, that was our mom moments.
Yeah.
Let's get into talking about, well, we'll say we're going to call it our Swiftie standout of the week because I'm just curious. I feel like we should take bets of, do you think Taylor Swift is going to have a like engagement announcement coming soon? I feel like something's in the
So
works.
I feel like there's 2 theories to this.
Okay.
One theory is like I feel like they're already secretly engaged and they're trying to keep it private.
I do feel that.
I almost wonder if they got like engaged at like her party, like her like
Like at the end of the Eras tour?
yes, like when he did like that whole like in a top hat like thing or like something like that.
Or like when he wore that shirt with the wedding cake.
yeah,
in
like it was at an Easter egg.
I feel like it was.
Yeah, so I feel like I don't think they're secretly married yet,
Yeah.
but I feel like there's and I keep seeing like all these things where she's wearing like a ring on a middle finger. So, or like, did you remember like at the Eras tour one night, like they've showed it a few times where she like twisted her ring and like took it off?
No.
Oh, yeah,
really?
there's like this clip. So like she like had
You'll have to send it to you.
yeah, I have to find it. But anyways, I don't know. I just feel like they are, but if
Yeah.
they do get engaged, I think it's gonna be like we should take a bet either like at Christmas, because
Mhm.
like maybe he'll go to her old Christmas tree farm and propose.
So sweet.
Wouldn't that be cute?
It would be very cute.
Or like maybe at the end of football season.
I mean, do you think he would propose like on the football field?
I mean, maybe if it was his last year.
I don't know.
I feel like that's just such a Lifetime movie.
It is just such a I love Lifetime movies.
Or like a Hallmark. And it's funny that like the Kansas City Chiefs were like in the Hallmark movies last year because I love those.
I do too. Keith actually makes fun of me because like December is I go into loom and gloom. It's just how I feel in December, and I will sit on the couch for weeks in my pajamas.
Oh, I have my Hallmark channel blanket, my wine glasses, my popcorn bucket.
heck
Like
yeah.
we have bingo that you could play.
And anytime you like go to search a show and it's either a red or green sweater, I was like, yep, sign me up.
There's
because
like
they
3
always-
channels, and Abby's like, you guys are so weird. She's like telling her friends, she's like, my parents watch these movies, and she comes out and she's like, what's the plot today? Who died? Who moved back? Who needs saving?
I love them.
Me too.
I love them. They're so cheesy.
I know, but
And I love
they're so
the-
wholesome.
They're just so like,
They're just nice to have wholesome TV.
they just warm your heart.
No one's getting murdered.
That's right.
So I don't know. When do you think they're gonna get married? What's your count?
I don't know. I just feel like I do feel like they're already engaged. So I will be on the 13th sometime.
Oh,
What's his number? 20.
87.
Oh, 87. Oh,
Oh,
that
but
won't
you're
work.
87.
So maybe August 7th.
Oh. Bam.
We'll see.
That's a good guess.
right.
Yeah.
Right. We'll see. Okay, so let's go into our next section where we just say we can't make this bleep up, right?
Oh my God.
Let's just talk about the market because we are realtors in Sonoma County, and we've definitely, honestly, probably since the last time we've done an episode, since we've taken some time off, we've seen a complete shift in
Correct.
and what is happening, or what are you seeing in today's market, and how things are going?
I feel like there's kind of no rhyme or reason. And I think that that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
What happened 6 months ago is not relevant. What happened a year ago isn't relevant. What happened 3 months ago isn't relevant.
Yep.
Honestly, what happened 6 weeks ago isn't relevant.
Totally.
I just feel like it is a case-by-case basis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I agree. I think, we have an influx of properties, more than we had last year.
Yes.
We'll say that.
And I would say it's not overly.
No, it's not
People are
crazy.
saying like, oh, we have inventory, but it's not like we are like, overflowing and there's so many. It might be like, a house or 2 in the same neighborhood
Right.
finally, instead of 3 of those in my whole year.
Right, absolutely. So yes, we're seeing more as far as inventory goes. I'm seller heavy right now versus buyer heavy. I think buyers are reserved, I think is the best way to say it.
I like that word.
I think they're just being very, very cautious on what they're actually taking action on. They're looking at their options. They're watching Zillow and Redfin or whatever those websites are. They're watching
and they're
things
waiting.
sit. Yeah.
They are waiting.
And I think they're waiting for what, when we had that fall in real estate and prices just like went to the extreme and they went down and whatnot, we're not going to have that. But I feel like the expectation of the buyer is we are still going to have this crash, and that's what they're waiting for.
Well, and there's a lot of websites that are saying that.
Right.
And a lot of like the, economic forecasts are like, oh, well, the market's going to go down. But once again, like we always caution, you have to look at location, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of those, news headlines, like even that Zillow puts out, they're national.
Right.
And you have to look at our local market when we're in California and when we're in the Bay Area, like one of the most expensive places to live. And what we see might be like, a 2% fall or 1% fall, where maybe other places are a 10 or 20% fall.
But I think they're still, scrolling the internet, just waiting for that price reduction now before they even take action, right? And what I'm seeing is prices are holding, and not everybody are doing price reduction. It just means that we're at a longer day on market. So you still want to price the house right? And you still want to present it well. Those houses are going quicker, I guess you can say. But the expectation, and I think it's really for my clients, for sellers, that we're not always going to see an offer within a week. No, they are going to sit. I actually have a current client who she's like, we're going to see an offer in 7 days. And I was like, I really don't see that. That's not what our market is showing us. I said, but it doesn't mean that our price, we strategically priced it well. We staged it. We've done all of these things. We just might not see an offer for quite some time, or a few weeks now at this point, and we have a longer day.
And what do you feel about offer dates? Because I feel like they can backfire on you.
No, I'm not setting offer dates. Also, I will say, though, that different areas, I'm seeing different things.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends, once again, on the property. It depends on the location. It depends on the price point. But I'm finding that offer dates can backfire.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they backfired on my 2 listings. I didn't get any.
Yeah.
But then the interesting part is 26 days on the market, I had 3 offers.
Isn't that crazy?
And the thing is that I thought that was really interesting is on one of my listings, my seller was pressuring me to lower the price, but I was watching, and everybody around me, like if they don't have an offer in a week or 2, they're dropping the price. So people, that's becoming a normal.
Right.
So that's becoming like the norm. Like, oh, we're just not going to do that. We're going to hold out.
Yeah.
And then they're going to drop the price. And I said, no.
Yeah.
I told them, like, I'm not doing that, because it's like, I feel like once you start going down, like you can't go back up, right? Like
that's right.
You're kind of on that trajectory of down. So we had I think you have to have like somebody who has experience and doesn't just put a sign up.
Right.
I think you have to have like a true market strategy, which I know that you and I both have.
Yeah.
But one of the strategies that we used on this particular property was because it was a higher price point, I told my clients, let's hold tight and let's push the things like we're already advertising. And one of them was like there was solar, for instance. And I don't think people use this enough. And it was like a $45,000 solar system, but they were planning to pay the other 20 off at the close of escrow. So you can advertise, free, solar payoff, which means they have no real energy bill, which is a savings, right? So buyers want to see like what's in it for me.
Right.
So we did that. And then we also did like the house needed to be tented. So I put in there like, we're paying the $6,500 for the tenting. And then finally we said like, we will give you a buy down up to this price, like a certain amount, so that maybe the people on the fence would be like, oh, well, now I can get, 6% instead of 7%. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And the funny part was, with all those things, we got 3 offers. I never had to lower the price. And the buyer that ended up buying the property didn't even take the buy down because that was their overage. Like they were going to go over. So we still got our original price.
Great.
And we didn't, and my clients were shocked.
Yeah.
They were like, how did you do that?
Yep.
And I think it's all about, strategy, right? Yeah. If you start to look desperate or like in every situation's different.
Right. And I stay in tune, I guess you can say, with my clients on a weekly basis, and I'll tell them what I'm seeing and blah, 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 blah. Fine. But I think on the flip side, so for buyers right now, the buyers that I am working with, there's just such good opportunities out there. But I've had some situations where my clients just want a lowball.
Yes.
Like
there's real,
like when I say lowball, I mean like
hundreds of thousands. I've had that.
I'm like, okay, well, we still have to like put ourselves in the mind. And these are contingent sellers also. So they're selling a house to buy a house. And I'm like, you have to put yourself, okay, how would you feel if an offer on your house came through $150,000 less than what it's
even 50,000, like they would be losing their mind.
Totally. So, or whatever that price may be, I'm like, you have to respectfully put yourself in their shoes. And as far as that goes, but I've had some really stressful, weird situations lately. That's the best way to say it, where they've made my brain explode. Like, we'll put it that way. And I've had to tell clients that I'll no longer work with them.
Yes.
I'm like,
I understand that.
It's just the frustration of like trying to push.
Well, I think like the other challenge is there is an amazing opportunity for buyers and also the move up market. Cause for a while, like the move up market had stopped.
Yeah.
Because you can't, like with all the everything going over and, you know, multiple offers, like somebody who had a contingent sale couldn't necessarily go and buy something. And a lot of people, as you know, like with a family, whatever, they don't want to put their house on the market until they locate something because inventory is so short.
Right.
So I had a situation where we were like on the second go around, and we had listed back in October, but like the holidays were coming, so we pulled it. And we found a house, and we found this house, and we in the neighborhood they wanted, and we had to go over, and we beat out two other offers. One was a cash offer, but we kind of told a little story. I know you're not allowed to write letters, but we kind of, you know, told who we were. And I showed them, like, I already have the marketing done. I already have the pictures done. All I have to do is push a button. We'll be live tomorrow because we were already prepped.
Yeah.
So we got the house. So long story short, we had 17 days to get our house into escrow. And offer day came and went, no offers. And then a week later, we got 3. And of those 3 offers, they were all low. Like, and I mean low, like you're saying, like really low. Like 50, 70, 100,000. So we tried to counter them back.
So stressful.
And we couldn't even get any of those offers to the asking price.
Wow.
So we couldn't get that to work.
Wow.
So we, and then my clients were like, well, that's fine, but now we don't want to pay compensation because the offers are low.
Yeah.
So there's like, you know, you have to realize that we're in a different spot too, where compensation used to never be negotiated.
Right.
But here's the thing, even if a buyer is making an offer 50,000 less, and let's say you add compensation, that could be 70,000 less to the seller, right?
Right.
So now the seller's like, well, now I'm losing 70,000. So you pay your own compensation, but how many buyers are really paying their own compensation?
I know.
Hardly any.
I know.
Or none. So that's like another, so we had to, those kind of went away, and we had 7 days, or we had like 3 days to get this house on the market. And
oh my God, were you just like sleeping?
well, I just thought like this wasn't going to happen. Yeah. Like, you know, this just isn't going to happen. And the other agents kind of I was keeping her updated. And then my clients wanted to cancel the open house because they're like, nobody comes to open houses. That's kind of serious. And they buy a house.
Yeah.
Well, right when I was closing, a set of clients came in, and they happened to be needing a 1031 exchange, like right away. So they liked the house, it fit their needs. They wrote a full priced offer. And
talking about save the day.
And then my clients were like, well, we don't want to pay compensation, or we want less. And no, like that's not going to work. Like here's our only chance. Like, I don't know what we need to do to make this work. So for the first time in my career of 22 years, I had to go back to the property we were buying, the seller, and say like, we need to renegotiate our purchase price, which is, you don't do that. Yeah. Heard of. And they were not happy with me. Like, I basically got double barrel middle fingers at me. Yeah. And the truth was, my client, they couldn't they didn't have enough
Yeah.
to do it. And they didn't get back to me. I basically ruined their vacation. They hated me. My clients were losing their minds, and we couldn't accept the other offer because it was like a 10-day close, 1031 exchange. They were not going to wait for them to get their replacement property. It was kind of like a take it or leave it situation.
Yeah.
So they came back to me 3 days later, and luckily I still had this buyer kind of on the hook, but it was touch and go. And they're like, we have 2 more offers.
Wait, on the replacement property?
Yes. And my client's like, well, how can you have 2 offers? Like, we're in contract.
Yeah.
What a buyer needs to understand is they hadn't technically given us like a 72-hour notice to cancel, because by legally they have to give us a notice.
Yeah.
But she had been talking to the other interested parties, and we proposed a number, and they told them that number, or close to that number. We're not supposed to, but they told them. So my client was like, well, how can that be? And I said, because you're opening the door to renegotiate. So anytime you renegotiate, right, you open the door. So we had to go into the situation where I was like, okay, well, we'll beat the highest offer by X. And she's like, well, we'll see.
Oh my gosh.
So we didn't know if we were.
I would have been sick to my stomach.
My clients were like irate, and I said, well, here's the deal. You can have it today, but you have to pay the price for the contract for.
Yeah.
But because you're renegotiating.
Right.
So luckily the seller was kind.
And not all are kind.
No. But my client did not understand, because he's in a different field and works for a union, that you don't have to come to an agreement as a buyer and a seller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because why? They can choose to sell to the guy down the street.
Totally.
They can choose not to sell to you.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, if you put a bad taste in a seller's mouth, it's personal. It doesn't legally have to be resolved. Like, here's our terms. You're not meeting the terms. We're kicking you out.
Yeah.
The contract is pretty simple.
Yeah.
And I know you've had a situation.
That leads me into exactly kind of what happened with us. Is we had put an offer in, and then my clients decided not to move forward.
But you were in contract?
You were in contract. So we canceled contract.
So you made the sellers upset?
Upset to a point. So I assume they're upset, right? I mean, to be back on market and whatnot. Well, I stayed in communication with the agent just out of kindness. Like, I wanted to make sure like everything's going through, making sure that like hopefully they can accept another offer.
You feel bad. Like, you're kind of like, these are people's lives. This is not a game. This is somebody's life.
I become very close with these other agents because I'm communicating with them on a regular basis. Well, I become close with people. That's just how I am in my nature.
And I want to see this. Like, I think that this is important for people because everybody's different and they negotiate differently, or they think there's a way you should negotiate.
Yeah.
But by being close and having good communication, which I know we both do, and keeping in contact, that doesn't mean we're not on our client's side.
Totally.
Yeah. Right?
Totally.
That means that if there's another opportunity or something, that we are there and they want to work with us.
Right.
So I think that sometimes people get, at least my clients, like sometimes would think like I wasn't on their side because I would be giving the other side. Yeah. And it's a whole picture, right? It's in a transaction, there's a buyer and a seller, and the only way it works is if everybody works together.
Well, that's what I tell my clients all the time. Yeah. We work as a team. So once we're in contract, we're working as a team. Me, the seller's agent.
It's not, calling and yelling at people and hanging up on them. No, it's not how we do it.
No. But so anyway, needless to say, I was staying in communication with this agent, and my clients decided that they wanted to re-offer on the same property that we canceled. And it was kind of a situation where they wanted to re-offer at a lower purchase price of what we initially went in at. Fine. It's back on market, whatever. So then
But you know how that could be perceived on the other.
Correct. Yeah. And that I communicated that with my clients. Like, we want to make sure that we're respectful enough where they still accept this lower offer, right?
And that they feel secure enough that you're not going to back out again.
Right. But this lower offer that they wanted to go for was a considerable amount less.
Like, offensive.
Yeah.
I mean, to like what the seller would.
Right. So So then we really were narrowing down the numbers. I was in communication with the agent, like, hey, would she even consider accepting an offer around this price? And needless to say, we were going to write it up. And then they decided, mind you, I spent like 2 days trying to figure out what we were going to come back.
So when
in
we
at.
say we work for free, we work for free.
Yeah. And I was in communication with the agent, seeing, hey, how does the seller feel if we resubmit? Like, just trying to make sure that like she's still willing to work with us. And she's a very kind-hearted person from what I understand. I don't know, I've never met her, but and we were going to resubmit. And then my clients, like, the next morning were just like, nope, we're not going to move forward. After 2 days was renegotiating, trying to get an offer. And then, I mean, it was, and that's exactly like, you're getting the seller's hopes up to hopefully work with you guys again. But then they didn't want to resubmit at a price that was within the realms. So anyway, it's
an interesting time because those are both like real situations that happen to us, but they're happening, within our office and in our community where people are watching. And I mean, I've had clients say this, well, they didn't take my offer the first time. So in a week or two, I'm going to offer less than, because they feel like they're watching the days on the market, and every day on the market, tick, 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 that property value is decreasing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting time. But I think like if you are a buyer, I would get out there.
Totally.
I would get out there because, there's a lot of opportunities for, to negotiate with your lender.
Yeah.
To negotiate for buy down. So everyone's kind of, I feel like, still stuck on this interest rate.
Right.
And I feel like that is not something that you should be stuck on.
But even for sellers, I think if you're pricing, accordingly, and you're working with an agent who's just a good agent, not all agents are alike, I'll say that. I say that a lot. Not all agents are alike. But if you work with somebody who really just knows their stuff, just also make sure that you're setting up your own expectations of, you might not get an offer immediately, but you can still list your house because you might have these opportunities to do a buy-up or whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Contingents in.
But I also think it's important for a seller to realize and to really dive into, like, when they're working with an agent, what the realistic price to expect is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they want to get what they need. And as I learned, like, you can't rely on what you need, because what you need might not be what the market's willing to bring you.
Right.
So that's important, because we all need things.
Yeah. Oh, I need a lot. If I could sell my house for $2.5 million, I would. Believe me. Sold. I mean, I think it has that worth to it, but no, I can't sell my house for that. So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's our
wrap up today.
Yeah. So
good catch up art stuff.
I know. So we'll be back. We really don't know when. Are we coming back?
We're coming back.
Oh, we're coming back. We're coming back officially. So as long as time allows, we'll be here every other week. Every other week. We'll be back. Promise you. So everybody, thanks for tuning in.